All right, what's going on, guys? I got a little bit of Lifefuel here. Sometimes it's important to revisit, old copes for the nostalgia. But I mean, I guess at the same time, it can kind of make you depressed if you go back too far because you're like, oh, well, those memories ain't ever coming back. That time period is gone, when I was a kid and blah, blah, blah. Now I'm an adult. I gained weight. I'm fucking balding. So sometimes sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but I want to say, I don't think I've ever been this, I don't know, I guess I would say, like, happy in a long time, I don't really do much outside of work. It's just always the same old, it's mainly uneventful. It's just, you work, I don't really have, like, really any hobbies, I haven't for, like, the longest time. And even when I did, I always felt like kind of ostracized from, all of it, like growing up, playing sports, getting forced into sports to give it a try, like anything really, I always never felt like welcomed or appreciated or anything like that. Because, like if you try to join an established group for like a hobby, like for anything really, they're not gonna, like for me personally, like they just never were like accepting. I would get bullied, all that growing up. But over the weekend, on Saturday, so, my coworker, he texted me. He's like, oh, dude, I don't have anyone to drive me to, pick up my car, because he like, I don't know what the hell happened. He got into an accident and his car was in the shop. And he's like, I don't have anybody to drive me to go pick up my car. Can you, drive me to go pick up my car? And I was like, all right, dude. Because, like, the thing is, I kind of deep down know it. And my coworker kind of told me when he was, like, really drunk once. Like, I'm sort of, like, just this... Like, even the speed dating thing, the only reason why he really wanted me to go to it was just, like, to be a third wheel. Like, just sitting there. But seriously, no. Like, anything that he has to do that's, like, relatively uncomfortable... He'll just be like, oh, dude, can you come with me to this and this? But the thing is, it's like really weird because he's actually really social, like his social skills are actually really good. But yeah, he only really talks to me like when he's, I'll get random texts like late at night when he's like drunk or whatever, just like texting me random shit. But yeah, mainly like he'll only hang out with me if like he has to go somewhere and he's uncomfortable or whatever. I mean, I guess that's fine, because, like, I've always been a background character anyway, just, like, very observant. I'm, like, pretty much like Kenny from South Park. Like, I guess that's, like, the best description of my life, just kind of sitting there and, like, just watching other people live their lives and just not really interacting that much. I mean, he does help, because, like I said, he is social, and he'll, like, try and get me to talk to people, and, like, I don't know, like, I'm really weird. It takes me... Because, like, I'm just so, just paranoid and just untrusting of people. It takes me a really long time to actually get comfortable and, open up and all that stuff. But basically, I was driving him and we passed a Guitar Center. And I just remember, like, when I was a kid, I fucking loved going to Guitar Center, and I haven't felt joy like this. Like, look, I'm going to tell you, I just don't find anything, like, I have terrible anhedonia, right? Like, nothing excites me. I'm just kind of drifting through life at this point, just, like, feeling like I'm wasting my time on, like, everything, I'm depressed most days, I just have low energy, just chronic fatigue, and I just never want to do anything except just work, because, like, what else am I doing? Might as well just, like, make some money, so... That's pretty much how my, like, life has been, It's just very it's been boring lately. Aside from, like, just having some adventures with my coworker. And, it was like, dude, like, we got to go to the Guitar Center. And he's like, all right, fuck it. So we ended up going to the Guitar Center. Since we were passing it, we just decided to stop in because I wanted to. And I don't know, like, it just felt like I was at home, I can't explain it, but, like, I haven't felt joy like that in such a long time, you know what I mean? Because, like, music, I used to cope with music a lot, like, growing up, that was, like, a big cope. Like, I used to listen to, like, metal music, not like any, like, you'd probably call me a poser, like, because I listened to, like, the mainstream shit, like, Slipknot, Korn, it was, like, all the same, even Limp Bizkit, like, I actually like Limp Bizkit, but yeah, like music was like a big part of my life, and I wanted to play the drums. You already know, like I wanted to join a band to like impress my crush, which was like a complete fucking flop. And I don't know, like musically, I'm just like not really, I just can't play instruments. It's just, that's basically it. Like I just don't have I don't know what it is. I really don't. Like even my drum teacher that I had for like about like a year, he straight up told me, you know, just like getting mad at me, I couldn't get off this one page. He's like, you're like never gonna be a drummer. I remember it was like this 23-year-old dude with like a full head of gray hair, and I used to like tell him like, why is your hair gray? Why is it gray? And he used to get like mad. You know, he used to be like, oh well, some people get gray early, you know that? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But he straight up told me, he's like, you know, you're never going to be able to join a band because he's like, you're not practicing. But I would spend hours practicing, and there's just something with my fucking brain, like whatever it is with like the footing, the hand, like doing all four things at once. I just could, like, I wanted it so bad too. There were so many days where I'd be practicing the drums and I would just keep fucking up over and over and over. And dude, every time I would get more and more mad every time, and like shit would just go fucking flying across the room. I would just be so mad, you know, because I just couldn't, you know, at home, like I just couldn't I just couldn't play it. Like I just was not built for the drums, you know. And I really wanted it so bad. It was like a dream I had. I just wanted to join a band and play the drums so bad, but I just couldn't. You know, and the guy said like, yeah, you're never going to be able to. It's funny to me how like some fucking, you know, like those successful celebrities, like for example, Michael Jordan or whatever, he said like, oh, my basketball coach in fucking high school said I'm never going to make it in the NBA, and told me that I'm like, dude, I doubt when celebrities say like that shit, like, oh, my teacher said I'm never going to be this, and I proved them wrong. Dude, I doubt that that's true. Like, no adult is going to really kind of say that, you know what I mean? But for me, in my case, the guy literally said it, and he was fucking right, you know what I mean? But, yeah, for, like, freshman year to sophomore year, I would go to the Guitar Center a lot. And I remember there's this one band I used to listen to. This was, like, a decade ago, maybe a little more than a decade ago. It was probably, like, maybe 14 or 15. It was called Kissing Candace, and I still, like, to this day will listen to them, like, a little bit, but they're, like, an underground band from Long Island, New York, and I happened to live in Brooklyn. You know, I was living in Brooklyn, and, you know, we stopped at one of the Guitar Centers, and it just so happened that the fucking one of the guitar players, was, like, there just, like, playing the guitar and shit, and, like, there's, like, two people, like, sitting next to him, just kind of, like, watching him or whatever, and or just, like, playing with him. And, like, one of the store, like, employees or whatever, you know, came up to me and was like, you know, me and my mom, he's like, oh, you know, the band Kissing Candace, that's their fucking guitar player. And it was, dude. Like, and it actually blows my mind how, like, small of a world it actually kind of is, you know? Because, like, that's not the first time some shit like that's happened. Because Kissing Candace is not, like, a huge fucking band at all. Like, they're not, like, this gigantic, you know, have like this major following, you know, because like it is a small world, you know. Like I remember back in like 2022, when I was working in a warehouse, I like just gotten off of work, it was late, and I ended up stopping at like this bodega, and I shit you not, the guy behind the fucking register, this kid behind the register was watching one of my fucking videos. I swear to God, you know, I just didn't even say anything. I was like, holy shit, you know, like it actually is a really small fucking world. I mean, I guess New York City's kind of like normie central. Like you're gonna, if you know, if you do like art and music and shit like that, chances are you're probably going to be from like, I don't know, somewhere in California, maybe Florida, New York City. It's all like kind of the same shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, he just happened to be there, and like I didn't like. I was like, oh, cool. And my mom was like, oh, go talk to him. And it was like so fucking awkward because like I didn't want to, because, you know, I'm just like socially inept. Like I just didn't want to at all. But like I kind of just like said a couple words, and I just like watched him play a little bit. You know what I mean? But they also had this thing at the Guitar Center. Like when I was around that age, they had like this, it was like a sort of a karaoke night thing, where you basically, you know, you could sing, you could play the guitar, you can play the drums, you can, whatever your like musical talent is, the piano, do whatever, and, you know, you sign up for it. The guy was like telling my mom about it. I didn't want to do it, but my mom was like, come on, you gotta do it, I'm gonna sign you up. And I was like, oh fuck, Cause yeah, I just get nervous. I'm just a nervous person. I don't like that kind of shit. You know, it's like really hard for me to just get myself out there and talk to people. You know what I mean? So yeah, she signs it up for me. It was like Tuesday nights at like, it was like kind of late. It was like at 9 or 10. And I remember the first time, I only showed up once too. The first time, you know, there was this kid and his brother. Like his brother didn't like do anything or like play any instruments or anything, but he was like with his family. And I don't know what kind of like genetic disorder he had, like him and his brother had. And even like his parents were like really weird too, but like they had like missing teeth, but not in the way, because they were like literally, they were still in high school like me. You know, I was like 15 at the time. This kid was like maybe a junior, I was a freshman, and his brother was like, I think, graduating middle school or whatever. But they had like really thinning hair that was like falling out. It was like kind of longish, like it went down to like his chin, but like I just remember his hairline being pushed back really bad. It was like falling out. Same thing for his brother, like his hair quality was like really brittle and like falling out. Their teeth, like they had missing teeth, but not in the way of like it got like knocked the fuck out of their head, but like they just didn't have them. They just weren't equipped from it at spawn. You know, they just did not have the fucking the teeth, you know, ready on deck. And I think they were like they were definitely like neurodivergent. I think they had like some kind of like autism, like really high function, well, not really high, like mid functioning. I would say mid functioning, because I just will never forget like this kid just, I forgot what kind of emo song it was. It was, I think it might have been Bring Me the Horizon. I think that's what it was. But he literally does the, like, you know, did the vocals for it and just screaming like as loud as he can. And I was just cringing so bad. And, you know, his parents and everyone like that was like sitting in these chairs were like clapping. And I was just like cringing so bad because it was literal like screeching into the mic, you know, like you couldn't even make out a single word. I'm surprised they didn't tell him to stop. Like, I'm being dead serious, you know, like it was just really fucking like just so loud. And yeah, it was just like fucking awkward. So I was like, holy shit. And then I remember after him, I went and what, you know, cause I was terrible at the drums. Like I was just, you know, a couple months in, and the only song that I could kind of fucking play was a song called Blind by Korn. That's still like one of my favorite songs. I fucking love that song. But I fucked it up so bad. Like I was nervous and I like fucked it up terribly. Like, you guys, like, wouldn't even believe how bad it was. And I was like, oh, my God. And, of course, you know, everyone starts clapping and virtue signaling. And then, like, the mom, like my mom and, like, this kid's mom are, like, they're talking together. And they're like, oh, we should get both of them up on the stage. And, oh, God, it was, like, actually so bad. Because, like, even my mom was like, you know, there's something quite off about that family. I can't really necessarily pinpoint it, but there's something definitely wrong. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like it really was, they were just like weird. I don't know. But, we ended up picking the song Psychosocial by Slipknot. And like, I didn't even know how to play that song. And, I'm just like literally just doing like the basic, like fucking, like fucking pattern. Just and the kid's just screeching the vocals because like he knew the song or whatever. And yeah, it was just like this big embarrassing thing. And you know, like this kid's mom was like, oh, you know, we'll see you guys next week. And we just never went back. It was just fucking bad, you know. I was like, oh my God, you know. But yeah, like when me and my coworker were there, we stayed for like a long time, and he kept saying like, dude, let's go. But we ended up staying and just talking to a bunch of like random people, you know, and just like, I don't know, like it's just weird. Like just because once he got comfortable, like I would just start talking to these people about like music and shit. And like, I'll be like, oh, you know, I make beats. I like played some of these dudes, like some beats I made, you know, on the speakers and shit. You know, and one of the guys was like, oh, we need a bass player for our band. And I was like, because I actually tried to play the bass guitar, one of the easiest fucking instruments, and I couldn't do it. You know, he's like, oh, dude, I write really easy chords. I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't, like, it's been so long. I just don't know how. Like, you know. And yeah, that was always like a dream for me to like join an actual band and like play like a live something or another. But yeah, I just ended up like the only thing, like, cause yeah, I would join a band, but like, it's like, what the fuck would I do? you know, I could be a front man for like a fucking deathcore band or like a slam band or some shit like that. But everyone wants to do that, you know, like there's always going to be like a front man. Like every band always needs like a instrument player. Like there's always a vocalist ready, like all the time. Like every band, like everyone's egos are high with that shit. Like, oh, I got to be the front man. I got to get me some girls, even though I'm subhuman. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like I just, like what would I do? You know, the only thing I could really offer to a band, like I can't even DJ. I was thinking about that. I was like, you know, for a band, like I could like DJ for a band, but like I don't even know how to do that. I basically the only thing I could offer is just like mixing and mastering and like production. And like that's like so cucked. Like think about it. Imagine like wanting to join a band, but you literally have to sit back and watch and like fix their shit while they're like, oh my God. Yeah, that is kind of cucked. That's funny. But yeah, it was fun, you know, we're just there and I'm just like fucking around on the piano and shit. I'm like, I could probably learn the piano. But I tried to play the drums for the first time in years and it's safe to say like it's over. Any knowledge I even had prior from years ago, that's just out the window. I can't even make a simple like drum pattern like fucking I could produce it on a computer, but I can't fucking play it. You know what I mean? It's sad. Like, it's actually embarrassing, you know? But yeah, I mean, even for, like, music in general, when I used to, like, kind of try and take it seriously, like, back in the day, I would have, like, I don't know, like, that whole underground scene. Like, I was way too late to the game anyway. Like, there's this new music genre. I wasn't really, I mean, I guess at the time, like, I would say, like, maybe when it really started, probably, like, maybe 2015, 2014, anywhere from like 2014 to 2016 was like when it was popular, like most popular, I believe. Like 2017 to 18 is when it was like, I think at its peak. But like it was like that XXX Tentacion, like really distorted beats, like that scream rap shit. And it was just so fucking funny to me to see like the culture mix, because you'd have like these, you know, really pale, like emo white kids with like really long hair, you know, arguing like over the stupidest shit. They'd have like piercings in, like bracelets and like black clothes, like skinny jeans on, you know, and they'd talk like this and be like, man, what the fuck, shit, man, this some fucking goddamn shit, what the fuck, man, you got a problem with my fucking ass, bitch? And I would just laugh my fucking ass off, because it's like, dude, it's such a larp, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, it was just like comical to me. But yeah, I don't know, I always wanted to like kind of perform, and like I would get like a random DM from like an artist like, oh, you want to link up, because like a lot of them were actually from New York City as well, like me. And like they'd be like, oh, there's an underground show, there's a show here, there's a show, blah 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 blah. And I just never even respond. Like I don't know, I just could not see myself, because I had a friend that would like bring me to like underground, like, you know, shows where like sometimes I went to a couple of them, but it's like it's basically like those underground, like literally underground, I'm not even kidding, or just like in a weird venue where it's like those slam bands, or like I guess it would be considered slam, but it's like where the dude, like the vocalist will be doing like those pig squeals. Like they'll put the fucking mic practically in their mouth. It has like the vocal style has like no power to it at all. So they just turn up the fucking volume, put the mic to their mouth and go, and there's like the guitars are just like the most brutal breakdown ever. Like chug, 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 like that shit. I don't know. I always liked the breakdowns, but like the some of those that I went to, like with my high school friend, I just sat there, you know, and like of course there's like, I don't know, I always found it like cringe. It's like, to me, like that kind of music, even though like I loved the whole aesthetic, you know, because like I had always tried to like grow out my hair long. It just could never happen, you know, like I don't have the hair texture, the hair quality. I would always have to end up cutting it. I think the longest I ever went without a haircut was like 9 months when I was working in that warehouse in like 2022, and it like, it was kind of like, if I straightened it out, it would like almost be down to my shoulders. But I don't know, I felt like I just never fit in, because yeah, I was always jealous of that shit, you know. I swear, like all of them like, okay, hold on, let me just, you know, I'm talking too fast. like, let me give an example. Have you ever met like one of those dudes that are like in their like, you know, like their late 20s? They're like a little bloated, you know, they got like the chin strap beard, or they might just have like a full beard. You know, they got like the little gut hanging out a little bit. The beard's hiding the double chin, but they'll always have like really long, like brown, usually brown hair, down to their ass crack. And they'll be drinking on like beer, just like in the mosh pit, like just throwing fucking punches and kicks and shit. I don't know, those guys, like every person I've met that was like that, you know, with like the long hair, the fucking beer belly, like those guys were always like kind of the coolest. I don't know, because like I feel like if like during my drinking days, if I were to like go to one of those, you know, like if I showed up off of like fucking 20 Twisted Teas, I'd be in the mosh pit just fucking brutally throwing kicks. Every hat would go fucking absolutely flying off of everybody's fucking head. I don't think I was that big back then either. Like now if I got like fucking hammered and I went to like a underground like slam band show and yeah, I was just like drunk, hats would be fucking flying off of everyone's fucking head. I bet they'd be like, yo, this guy in the pit's a dick. And they'd fucking, you know, then my hat would go fucking flying. They'd probably like fucking jump me. But yeah, I don't know, even like, okay, let me explain this too. Like even at the Guitar Center with like that type of aesthetic, you know, the like the long hair, I don't know, there's just something cool. Like I'm jealous. I don't know what it is, you know. I'm a redhead who can't fucking, you know, my hairline's pretty thin. Like my hair just grows really slow. It's kind of always been like that too. It's just gotten progressively worse. It's just really thin, you know. So maybe I should kind of grow it out and, you know, I don't know, just try something. But it's going to take forever, you know, because my hair is like relatively curly-ish. I'd have to, you know, do maintenance on it, fucking straighten it out. Try not to like, you know, comb it too hard to like lose more follicles. It just seems like a pain in the ass, you know, like I don't know how those guys do it. You know, I really don't. But yeah, like there's just something about like that whole vibe and aesthetic, you know, like, yeah, the long hair. Like even with those like emo kids and shit with like the piercings and you know, like those alt people, whatever, the piercings, the long hair, the whatever, just like the aesthetic. They're either the most, there's no in between, by the way. They're either the most fucking annoying, like degenerate, horrible people on the planet, or they're the coolest people you'll ever meet. Like for at least those guys, there's just like genuinely no in between. But yeah, for like those couple like underground slam shows I went to, like it wasn't like, I don't know, I just felt like I didn't fit in, you know. I don't know. It's like, let me try to explain it. It's like showing up to an office, like showing up to like an office setting where everyone's wearing a suit and you got like overalls on, you got like a shit stain running up your back, and you got like, you're just covered in garbage, and everyone just like kind of looks at you like, what are you doing here, dude? You know, like imagine some like boomer in like you know, khakis and a plaid shirt showing up to a slam show, you know, with like a bunch of younger people just trying to throw kicks, you know. Like that's, I don't know. And part of me kind of regrets not like, because I mean the whole cope was like, oh, I'm gonna meet a girl at one of these shows and shit, you know. It just never happened. It just never did. Like that was the whole cope. I would just like cope and be like, okay, maybe I can like get you know, an alt girlfriend here. And it's just, yeah, I just never talked to girls. Like it just never happened really, you know. Even when I did talk to girls, it just went nowhere, you know. Yeah, that's I don't know. That was just like my whole experience. It was just like fun going to Guitar Center. It just brought back a lot of memories and shit. And yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty close to like making an album almost that like I just, you know, I'm doing for fun. Like I've been having fun with that shit a little bit. And yeah, I don't know. I've just been trying to get back into old roots and old shit that I remember as a kid, just to like alleviate the fucking age pill at least a little bit, you know, so I don't, you know, so I at least just have something to kind of grasp onto for a while before I turn fucking 30, you know. So yeah, I guess that's like pretty much it for now.